and it gives a distinction of whom the world calls God looks like. It gives a description. So there has to be.
It says made in his image.
It said it's made in his. He was made in his Father's image, so they wouldn't look the same. So there has to be a specific reason as to why the world would be worshiping this guy as the Son of God. It's not a good reason.
And he's a particular. And if you see the second image at the bottom, it's showing you that this is someone that was created.
In fact, can I ask
this
one more
false
question?
character.
Can I ask one more question?
Yeah.
Do you know who that is? Any of you? Do you know who that? The depiction of Jesus Christ.
This image right here is who he's
You know
talking
who that is? Historically, did he have who that is?
Okay.
Say it again.
You're gonna tell me.
We are going to tell you. I am going to tell you. And you can go look it up for yourself. So, there's a guy by the name of, I'm sure you know what the Renaissance is, right? So during that time, the mid-1400s to the early 1500s, we had a guy go on the scene by the name of Pope Alexander VI. He had a son come along Rodrigo, right? His name is Rodrigo, the Pope that I just mentioned. Rodrigo Borgia. You can look it up. B-O-R-G-I-A. He had a son named Caesar, or Cesare, all right? Cesare Borgia had other sons too. This is around the same time you had this guy Leonardo da Vinci on the scene, and Michelangelo on the scene, famous painters, all right? But they're all in the like war and philosophy and all that too. So this guy did is, since he's a pope, and he figures with his Roman Catholic religion that he's God on earth, he has to have a son. And if his son is going to come to the throne, then he has to be the son of God on earth, or the vicar of Christ, as they would call it. So he had him painted. He had Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci commissioned them to paint him as the Son of God. That's why that image is worshipped all over the world as Jesus Christ in the Bible.
That you see in Walmart on candles, even though people still say it doesn't matter what Jesus Christ looks like. He's born on Christmas. He's a little white baby. You know what I'm saying? They'll say all that stuff. So, and they got him on candlesticks. And any store you go into, if you want to go try to pray to get a demon out your house, any damn thing, or do your Catholic worship, whatever, you're going to go get that candle to where I got you good?
And it should, and what was I going to say? You can look that name up for yourself. Cesare Borgia, Rodrigo Borgia. You can look all those up for yourself. There's a whole lot of history in that. In fact, there was a
TV show.
There was a TV show on Showtime called The Borgias.
It just ended last year.
It really isn't the show I didn't like that much, but that's a whole lot of history behind that.
So we're basically going to give you the proper description of whom they call Christ. Look what he looked like.
Read one.
Now, before he reads that, if somebody asked you what would be your description of who the world calls Jesus Christ, what would you say?
Who the world does, or
Who you call Jesus Christ?
how would you describe
this? I know you haven't seen him, but you've seen pictures from him.
I've seen pictures, and that's what the world believes.
What do you believe?
What do you?
You don't know.
Not yet.
If you wanted to find out, where would you go to?
Depends on what you believe.
To the Bible. Even if you believed in Islam, to understand who Jesus Christ is, you wouldn't go to the Quran. You would come to the Bible. Even if you worship Satan and you want to know, okay, I want to know what Jesus looks like. What's the best book in the world to find that out, right? It's the Bible. You get that?
And you said before we started
y'all don't want to answer, but the truth is right there. Go ahead, Revelation. Just like he said, read the first couple and then skip the
I just want to say to the camera, it did say they believe in the Bible before we even started speaking.
This is Revelation chapter 1, verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass.
So what this book is going to do is going to reveal you who the world calls Jesus Christ is. It's going to tell you who it is. It's going to show you who it is. That's what this book is for. Go ahead.
Now, verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot.
Just like that picture right there. His garment is pretty much all the way down to his feet. A little bit, mine isn't quite down to my feet, but his is. Go ahead.
Con. And the girt about the paps.
But just to let you know, it's not as though we're trying to make it or forcing it to being a black thing, right? We're not doing
It's
that.
not.
We're just telling you what it is. I'm not guiding it any kind of way. We're reading the scriptures and explaining it. Now, if you have another explanation, you can say it. That's what everybody else
already got something we believe in. Pretty invested, so
You might not want to see this one.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
we're gonna head out though. We got
Yeah, you're good.
That's cool. Yeah, y'all enjoy yourself.
All right.
Disrespect.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
But finish that up.
Con.
Yeah.
And the girt about the paps with the golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So
As
you can believe what you want to believe.
Right.
You can say what you want to say. I can either get mad at you, or I could just yell and scream, or I could just give it to you how I gave it to him, how we gave it to him. Just tell him.
Where y'all coming
Hold on 1 second. The scriptures speak for themselves. It's not a black thing. I am trying to promote who you call the so-called black people, but through the Bible, through truth, for truth's sake. But I don't just say good things.
Yeah, that's
The black woman is God. The black man is king. I don't say that. Boy.
last weekend we just got through cursing out Jay.
As a matter of fact, if you were gonna keep record, clock it, you would say that these three brothers, we hate the so-called black people. We hate the so-called
we hate
niggas.
2/3 of our people, man.
Right.
We out here for the elect, man. That's what we trying to get out here because, once again, that was edification, man, right there, man.
That's right.
That was beautiful how that started off because, once again, they wanted to know what it was about. But as this brother went more and more into detail, like we told him, we gonna get straight to the point of what we talking about out here. You know what I'm saying? But it would be too much for them to even take in them fucking heathens.
Yeah, even that little bitty tidbit stuff that we was giving them, that was too much for you.
You can say, if I can say this, I'm sorry. Like, I was looking at them, they were squirming, they were fumbling, they didn't want to answer nothing. They were just sitting there like, oh my God. It was like a shock that those three of us sitting here, they probably go to this college right over this university. Probably think they know it all.
Yeah.
They just ran and they said they believe in the Bible, they believe in come over here, and then they just
Salaki, bro.
ran into a wall.
I'm sorry, man.
Now, you good,
Don't
man?
worry about
You
it.
put it out. It's all right.
Yeah,
You got
put
it.
it out. I put it in my pocket.
They came here and they ran into a wall known as the truth, and they had no way to climb over it. They're just like, what can we do? One of them tried to give a little smart remark. You're gonna tell us the whole time. I was looking at him.
Yeah, he was being sarcastic.
Yeah, well, I know he was being sarcastic.
I know he was.
But it's like they just did not have it.
But if I call them dumb and if I call them stupid, they're
Yeah.
gonna be mad.
Yeah,
But
we
you-
didn't even do that.
But you are dumb and you are stupid, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell the camera why. I'll tell you why. Because they've been going to church, to the Bible study, to the vacation Bible school, to the, what's that athletic one? FCA? Fellowship of Christian Athletes, FCA. They've been going through that all their life, and they didn't know none of the scriptures.
That's right. And we read stuff to them that blew their minds.
That's right. They were probably, what, mid-20s, early 20s?
Probably early too, yeah.
That whole life.
Late teen, early 20s.
Going through and they all got Bibles. They all got Bibles on their phone, but they're dumb because they have not went in there.
Cannot speak.
You gotta
And
read.
even on top of that, the times that they did go in there, the Lord didn't expose them to them. The Lord didn't expose His word to them because it's not for them. If they would have stayed a little longer, you would have got that for them too.
Oh man, because if we would have gotten to the point of telling them Most High don't love everybody, and start pulling out Romans 9:13 on them, start pulling out Hebrews, hey, man, it would have been too much. It would have been too much for them to take in or to even accept what we were telling them.
But that's how the Lord works.
That's right.
That seed planted in them. Now the Lord could use them to go and get 100 other Israelites, because they could be somewhere talking at a club, talking somewhere else in their dorm room or whatever, and it could be a Israelite, a so-called black man, so-called black woman, whatever, that hears them talking and asks them, hey man, where you hear that from? that could bring them right here. Now, if that happens, that's all in the Lord.
Yeah.
Lord willing, we gonna continue to bring His word out either way, whether it's 10,000 people here or whether nobody stands and listens.
Because you know what I love through the Spirit, man. You know why they couldn't deny anything we were telling them just now. Look what's going on in the world, and when we started going in on those curses of what's going on to our people, man. Don't think it ain't just no fucking Mike Brown and no goddamn Trayvon Martin. Man, they're up there in like places like Washington State, man. There was a guy who got shot by the police that was a wood carver. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just him that was the only guy. I mean, it was just all our people going through hell, man. You know what I'm saying? So we don't just leave, we just don't leave the rest of them out there, man. You know what I'm saying? People just don't, once again, our people just weren't riled up enough to really fight, to stand together on certain things and what to stand together for. You think you stand together just for some black folks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For the African American. That's bullshit, man. That's why y'all gonna fail when it come to fighting against Esau. As a matter of fact, before we even continue out here, let's give all praises. We first and foremost want to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Double honors to the elders, the apostles of GMS, and the other Akim who are preaching this truth and sincerity. You know, do you mind if I just go ahead? Okay, give me Revelations 12 and 12, man. Hey, because, man, you know, like I said, through the Spirit, man, they couldn't deny any of that of what's currently going on when we mentioned Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. When we started talking about our people getting shot up and stuff like that, how the hell could you deny that? When I started bringing up how everything's being exposed on YouTube and all that other type of stuff, how could you deny any of that? Once again, and matter of fact, somebody get Obadiah while you at it. How are the things of Esau searched out?
Also, Zechariah 11 and 4.
God, yeah, get them, brother. Go ahead and read Revelation chapter 12, verse 12.
Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
So, these devils, man, is getting so chaotic. They telling you to your goddamn face now. No indictment for these damn police. They're going to explain it through their politics and justify their wickedness left and right as to why you're not going to, why you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans ain't going to get no damn justice. And as we were sitting there telling them, come on, be honest. Be honest. Who's getting shot up in the streets? Who's going through this type of hell? Who went into slavery by slave ships? And yeah, and I had to like shoot certain things at them. Hey, you gotta remember, this spiritual Egypt that this brother's talking about while we pulling precepts for him. You know what I'm saying? So now it was like, damn, they couldn't say nothing. But then that one devil that was standing there in the middle, he didn't like that shit. He didn't like that.
He was messed.
He was the one that's why in the end of our little discussion, he was the one who wanted to leave. That's why he whispered over to little Snow Bunny and wanted to bounce. He did not like that answer, because he started his way of going against it was, well, it depends on what you believe in. That's why that brother once again cut his ass. Hey, if I go into the belief of Islam, then we're going to bring up Christ somehow, or we bring up Israel according to the Quran. I got to look and see whom the world calls Jesus Christ, what he looks like. Right. And how am I going to get that answer? I got to go to that Bible.
If I want to know about the Prophet Muhammad, where would I go?
You know what I'm saying? And in order to make my argument that Jesus Christ wasn't the last and final prophet as that weirdo shit they go into. But anyway, you know, just the point being made, these devils are showing you, man, they do not fucking like you. It don't matter what the fucking answer is anymore. Hey, look, man, this is what I'm taught in church. It all depends on what you believe. Down that's where they start. That wall starts coming, that shield starts coming up, where they start denying shit, man. And now I'm saying you can't deny it anymore. Esau is killing our people off, and they telling you they do not care
I mean, just if I can mention, I'm pretty sure you're going to or you're about to, but I mean, look at what just happened with the non-indictment of Eric Garner, right?
Yeah.
I mean, clearly, like, you look at the two situations of him, Eric Garner, and Mike Brown. The Mike Brown situation is questionable. There's no real video evidence. There's a whole lot of different testimony from different witnesses. So you don't really get a clear picture as to what happened. You don't actually see what happened. So it could be this nigga charged the cop and got shot, or he put his hands up and got shot, right? We don't know. But this Eric Garner, clearly on video, he got choked out. He wasn't a threat to anybody. And they just killed him on the scene when he couldn't breathe.
And if I could just point something out as to what that brother's saying, you got it right back. There was a man, it was a so-called white man. He had an AR-15 in the middle of the street. Was you gonna bring that? Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
He had an AR-15 locked and loaded, ready to go. He was drunk and out there belligerent. Now, did they run up on him and put in five well-built cops on top of his neck, on top of his chest?
Yep.
No, they talked him out of it.
Talked him down for about an hour.
Put his arm around him and told him, look, I don't know, I wasn't there, but he probably told him, look, I gotta take you to jail just because it's the law. But you know what? We'll probably get you out here in just a little bit. You just drunk.
There was another situation. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you good. I got you.
One more situation outside of the one you mentioned. I've been trying so hard to find the video, but this is another so-called white man who he had a pistol. I believe he was at a playground, and he had this dude who was like an amateur professional cameraman. He was there filming it. This dude was pointing his pistol at cops and at this dude with the cameraman, pointing. Talked him down. They didn't even fire a shot.
And hold on, how about that damn survival motherfucker up there in Pennsylvania who killed 2 state troopers? They caught his ass and didn't shoot him up like they did Jake over there in Washington State. They went and burnt the whole damn cabin down.
But there's
just to hunt him down.
Christopher Dorner.
Yeah.
But there's reports now of the so-called black man. I saw one today. He had a bottle of pills in his hand. They mistake that for a weapon.
Right.
Yeah.
How come there wasn't no? If there was some talking,
Phoenix, Arizona.
Everybody would have laughed and y'all would have walked away. But no, it's a so-called black man, so you gun him down.
I just seen that today.
And that was out in Phoenix, Arizona. But like I said, there was a crazy ass Edomite just a few months back who went and killed 2 state troopers. They was hunting his ass down. They knew he was a survivalman out there in the damn woods, but they recently caught him a month ago, and they didn't kill him and shoot him the hell up.
Hey, remember when Christopher Dorner, that old lady in the truck got shot up? She got shot because they thought it was her. She was driving somewhere. These cops pulled over and shot her. Didn't kill her, but they shot her because they thought she was him.
That's right.
Once again, so go ahead.
Make one more point.
Go ahead, brother.
And then you'll have a situation where the so-called white man will do something like we all talking about. They'll end up killing somebody, end up shooting up a school, and the cops will kill that person. And the news story reads, tragic situation. That we're sorry, we're so sorry that it had to end this way, to where those 2 white kids were killed, to where that so-called white man was killed. But when a nigga, an innocent so-called black man, is choked out for no reason, it's that he deserved that. He should have listened to the cops. Now you got so-called black man. So, you know what? You got niggas saying that. You obey the cops and that won't happen.
Yeah, that one nigga.
Now that's a damn shame, but that's the state of Yasharala.
Yeah, they're gonna say this is Wade and this is condition.
He should have put his hands up.
Once again,
he should have just followed orders.
That's right.
Why don't you say they should have just left him alone? If they had cause to do something, they should have did it, but they didn't have no cause.
Yeah.
Right?
You're saying that's dead on point, man. You know, that's once again those trials and tribulations and the type of suffering we going through, man.
But let me get the scripture for you.
Go ahead, brother.
We up here mad.
No, it's just pointing out just that stupidity. I mean, that you saw how that vexed that one devil that was standing in the middle of them 3, and it was like, hey, you see this stuff, man. You can't deny it no more. None of them put up an argument, and we didn't come off at them aggressively. You know what I'm saying? But that one devil was getting vexed in the middle. Go ahead and read that, brother.
Right.
Your precept.
Zechariah 11:4. Thus saith the Lord my God. I'm going to say it the right way.